What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Age of Overlord is on the horizon, just a couple days away. I wanted to wait a little bit longer to kind of get a little closer to the release date, but there's a couple things that I want to go over, a couple cards that I kind of want to focus on before before the actual release. So we're probably gonna do a market watch today in the middle of the week. Then we're gonna release another one, probably maybe like the day of or the day after this stuff releases. So if you like what we do, please feel free to like, subscribe. If not, it is all cool. Trying to get to 500 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has been subscribing. Trying to make that goal style where we can do the giveaways, get to all the special tournaments, and get to all the good stuff. So with all that out the way, let's get into the info. Right now, I am just simply looking at. We are looking at the. Pretty much, I just want to go over some of the cards that are on the high end. In all honesty, a lot of these like super high cards are going to be completely fluctuating. Everyone already knows how this goes. If you're someone who thinks that I don't understand that certain prices are high because of pre-sale, I'm sorry, but like I said, everyone knows that a lot of these prices are the way they are because of the pre-sale. But that doesn't mean we still can't kind of speculate on whether some cards may be like deserve to be in this price range, or maybe cards that are going to completely fall off. Right now, I very much feel SP Little Knight is one of those cards where even like I think if this was a Starlight Rare, it would probably be a $500 card just because of how like really crazy and good it is. Right now, it's really fluctuating. It was a little higher, on the day of the sneak peek. Now right here, looks like the market price is like 373 with some listings at 422. Yeah, like a lot of these quarter centuries, I would very much hold off. I think like there was a couple of Starlights that I kind of felt like it would be kind of an interesting buy, especially right now in the low, like when certain stuff doesn't get any kind of hype, like the Labyrinth Starlight Rares. I remember there's a couple times like when I was like, yeah, these are actually some pretty good points that kind of come in if the deck goes hype, and then the deck ended up just being hype and never being touched. So the fact that they're not Starlight kind of like puts me off from like saying SP Little Knight would be a really cool card to kind of get your hands on right now. But in all honesty, a lot of this stuff is just kind of just really high for no reason. I am happy to see that there is like a lot of there is like a lot of stuff that I guess there's a lot of hype stuff, that is showing that it's more than a box. So hopefully a couple of these prices will hold a little bit. Like for sure, the SP Little Knight's gonna still be up, the Diabell Star is still gonna be up. But I really see, like I said, like the Magician's Bounty, like I really see this one going down. Let's see, maybe like even like some of like the Snake Eye stuff, maybe except for like the Searcher, maybe like the Searcher, the one that searches the level 1s. You can see the level 1, that one might kind of stay up. And then maybe the Vanquish Soul, that this one might kind of stay up a little bit just from like people potentially experimenting and wanting to use it. But like this Millennium, this one right here, even the Butler, to be honest, I thought was going to be a little bit more hype, but there isn't as much hype for Labyrinth as I thought there's going to be. But at the same time, you just never know. So like I said, this is kind of a quick overview, kind of looking at like a lot of these cards that are kind of just going higher than the box and kind of just like really high for no reason. Okay, on to the cards that I want to talk about. Superstar Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis is a card that I want to talk about. I really do feel like this could be one of the it isn't a super card. A lot of people know about it, but there's some people who maybe like will be like, oh, there's no difference between this this and Zeus and blah blah blah. It's like the whole being able to summon it the turn or the turn after your opponent's special summons two or more monsters. Having it that open like that really helps you not only play through things, but like it'll help you come back. And I really do like it's same as Zeus, to where like if you're able to like pull off a Zeus to where you could like attack over something and then be able to bring Zeus out and have like two ways to destroy the field, that could really bring it back to a game. I could see this Superstar Slayer being able to do that, but even maybe a little bit easier. So I do see this card dropping to like the $10 to $15 range, but at the same time I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of goes back up to $20, especially if like so many people just start throwing this kind of the way Zeus was, to where everyone had a copy of Zeus for the first couple of months, like during the format. I could see this one kind of like dropping down to like, you know, $12-15, and then shooting back up to like, you know, to 20, even 25. Imseti, Glory of the Horus. A lot of this horror stuff, I'm a little back and forth on. Like, there's a part of me that thinks that like, man, this stuff is extremely broken. It's gonna be super abused. This stuff is gonna go up. Then there's another part of me that feels like a lot of people are going to kind of have like the same mentality of it being broken. So I think like there's gonna be a lot of competition to get it, but there's so many people that got Age of Overlord that I kind of feel like the price is gonna kind of like go down for maybe the first weekend, and then slowly start to trend up, especially after we get, you know, especially after you get the results and see what's going on. But I do feel like on its release it's gonna have its natural drop, and then the second that kind of, I'm thinking right here, if these go down to like, you know, 20 anywhere between $20 and $30, I might want to start picking up a couple copies of these, especially the good one, Imseti. And, you know, this is like another one. I've tried to butcher the name so many times, but the Blessing of Horus. This is kind of like another one to where if these, you know, these go down to like $3-4, I would kind of start picking them up, just as like, cause like, you know, you want to have as much Horus, you know, like you want to have as many like Horus cards as possible, and then on top of that, you just, it's just like I said, it's like the natural fall off, and I do feel like there's gonna be a lot of decks experimenting with it. So after the first week, I would like suggest, like I said, once the price drops, I would try to find some more blessings. But right now they're kind of going for 8, and that's to me it's actually a good price. Like, to be honest, like assuming that this engine is on par with what's supposed to do, then this is not the worst price in the world right now. Even even with Imseti being at what it is right now, like if this dropped to like $30 and this was like one of the best engines in the format, I don't think too many people would say that like it's necessarily overpriced. It'd still be expensive, but I don't think people would be like, oh, it's overpriced, as long as it's like, you know, as long as it does what's supposed to do. King Sarcophagus is another card. It actually already went down. It was like you know, it's first released at 22, but it was kind of hanging around the $15 mark for, you know, for about like a day or two, and now it's already starting to drop down. A lot of copies of this card, and they're like $9.96, $9.96. We're looking at about the $10 range for King Sarcophagus. To be honest, the second I got my hands on stuff like this, I was just trading them away. Like, I was trading stuff, you know, like I got for sure got one copy, then I think I traded for another copy. The second I got my hands on this, I just got rid of them, because I kind of felt like the things that were going to go up would have been the monsters, because the monsters are something you're going to want to run like 3 ofs. Although I don't know, I'm not 100% sure on exactly all the ratios with this engine, but I do know that King Sarcophagus was going to be one of the first ones to go down, and it looks like I was right. Diabellstar, the Black Witch. This right here, I'm gonna post my pools and the homies pools on a different video, and I got like so many broken pools. One of the cards I got was Diabellstar, the Black Witch. I wanted to keep it so bad, but at the same time, I needed, you know, can't just keep everything you pull. If you keep everything you pull, then you're just gonna stay stagnant. You don't want to stay stagnant. You want to make sure you're always having, you know, bringing stuff in, kind of like bringing this in, taking that out. So unfortunately, I did not keep the Diabellstar, but I did pull it, and it's looking like it kind of held, to be honest. Like I was looking at the price, and it was like about like $36, $39. So if anything, and like, you know, maybe it fell like a little bit, maybe it fell like another like $3, maybe $4. But to be honest, like I really do see like this is probably gonna be like a solid $20 to $25 card when it comes out. A lot of this stuff is gonna take a big drop. So if you really want to play this stuff, even SP Little Knight, just chill and wait. And this is gonna have a huge drop, so that we can get it way easier. Wanted Seeker of the Sinful Spoils. This is another like searcher for like this Snake Eye stuff. Like I actually, you know, this is another, you know, like another card that, you know, I was able to get my hands on. And looking at it, we're looking at $60 a copy. This right here is on the same level as like the Imseti and everything, to where we don't know if is it going to be the Horus engine, is it going to be the Diabellstar engine, which engine is going to be the best, do you combine those engines? We're not 100% sure. We just have kind of speculation and hearsay with a lot of this stuff, and like, you know, we have a little bit of experience, but for the most part, we are not 100% on what's going to be the best. And right now, a lot of people are putting their money on, you know, the Sinful Spoils thing, like the Snake Eye stuff, the Diabellstar. A lot of people are putting their money on that, and to be honest, that's a pretty good place to put your money. I really do feel like that, like, I mean, like, just because I never like to count out the graveyard, that's why I kind of have like a little soft spot for Imseti. in the Horus engine. But to be honest, the Dia Battlestar engine symbol spoil stuff, that right there, just just like how it makes so many different freaking decks crazy. We will see what happens. And then the last card that I want to talk about is Arius the Labyrinth Butler. I really thought this was going to be like a $40 to $50 card, being able to do what it does. But right now you get him near mint 1923, pretty much like $19 to $20 you could get your hands on this card. I really thought there was going to be more hype for the for the Butler, but it really didn't turn out like that. But before we go, one more thing that I want to talk about: SP Little Knight. So I'm looking here at SP Little Knight, and it is right here at $84.94. Actually, it's gone up a little bit, to be honest. Like, it doesn't reflect that right here on the chart, but these were going for about $79, 80 bucks. Essentially, you could kind of like, they were like selling for about 80, and right now we're looking at 83.95, 84. So like, I'm not sure, maybe that was just like a different like a different website kind of pricing it. But to be honest, I was seeing people valuing this card at 80 bucks, and now it's only gone up. Do not take this card for granted. If you pull this card, don't sell it. Keep it, okay? 100%. Don't sell it to anyone. Keep this card. This is an extremely useful card, even if you don't think you're gonna need it. Like I said, unless you truly need money, or you're not gonna play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. But if you're gonna play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, I would have an SP Little Knight on you. Of course, unless you're playing some like Fluanderies or some type of deck that really doesn't go into links or use that. But I would go ahead and hold on to my SP Little Knight. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Keep a lookout for other videos. I'm gonna be putting up a lot of pack openings and all the other stuff. Peace out.